Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I'm your tarot reader Stephanie, and today's reading are messages from your future spouse regarding your current journey. So I've already done all the piles and they all had a very similar theme aside from, future spouse messages, and I feel like every single pile was going through something. So especially if you're in a specific period of your life where things are either difficult, tricky, like you just don't know what to do, I feel like you're at the right reading here. So with that said, but before we move forward, I'd like to talk about today's sponsor for this video, Psychic Source. Psychic Source lets you connect with professional gifted advisors in whichever way you feel the most comfortable, whether that's through phone call, video chat, or through texting. They are one of the oldest and most trusted psychic services in the industry with over 35 years of experience. By using my link below, you can connect with one or multiple advisors for up to 40 minutes for just $19.80. That's up to a $240 value. I just had an amazing experience with a psychic advisor that was able to give me clarity into a connection, a potential connection where I wasn't sure where we stood or what was going on, but she confirmed a lot of what I had already been feeling, because sometimes, when our emotions are involved, we can be a little bit all over the place, but Psychic Source really does know how to choose very gifted and experienced and very talented psychics to help you through your most confusing moments. So try Psychic Source by clicking the link below in the description. We have 5 piles here for you today. Pile 1, we have the green fluorite. Pile 2, we have the rose quartz. Pile 3, we have, this is druzy agate, I want to say, but it's a pendant. Pile 4, we have a clear quartz. And pile 5, we have this cute orange calcite heart. So take a few deep breaths, keep your heart open up the channels to messages from your future spouse, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, Pile 1. If you chose this beautiful fluorite point, then we have a reading here for you about messages from your spouse. I did a reading like this before and it did well, so I'm going to try it again. These are just going to be messages from your future spouse. If you have one already, this could be from them as well. For a few of you, this could be a past spouse, either like an ex whose higher self is coming through with encouragement, or even, for some of you who have a spouse that passed away, this could be them as well. So take it as it resonates. Regardless, these are messages from the higher self of somebody who adores you or at one point adored you. So we're going to go ahead and start with your oracles. The rune card that you got is druzy, which is a thorn. You could be going through a little bumpy point in your life, like you could be going through a bump in the road, or maybe you've come across certain obstacles, more like a small blip in your path. I keep seeing that. I keep hearing bumpy and blip. There's also something here about overcoming something, because this person truly does believe in what you have to do, and also the strength to overcome it. Let's get the rest of your oracles. Sorry, the messages are coming through. I'm trying to make sense of them, but I haven't gotten your oracles, Pile 1. So we have Kogyangwuti, connection. It's funny. It's about to become autumn here where I live, and everywhere I go, I just see spider webs, like a lot of little beautiful webs everywhere. And it's funny that you have, I think she's also goes by Spider Woman. This weaving with webs, I think of the things we construct, the things we create, especially when it comes to momentary things, like creating something that we know won't last forever, but it's there for some time. For a lot of you, I feel like you are trying to create something just to hold you over, especially if we are talking about this bump in the road. Let's get the rest of your cards. Maybe spiders are significant here for some of you, or even just a symbology of a web or weaving itself, like those of you who knit, crochet, any fiber arts. We have change, Triskel, number 36. You could be going through a change. For some of you, this bump in the road could just be some sort of change that could be difficult, a transition or needing to get used to something. Again, I did bring up the changing of the season, so maybe it's a season that you are going through that I mean, I don't want to say it's all negative. I do want to say, though, that it's kind of like testing you. Whatever this is, it's testing you. We have rest. Make sure you're getting ample rest here, pile 1. I feel like that was just a direct message from Spirit to make sure that you're resting. If you feel tired, even more so than usual, please take that rest. Your body will tell you when you need to sleep. Your body will tell you what's going on within yourself. And I feel like the more you listen to your body, the more things get easier. And then we have anger. Ooh, some of you could be the kind of people that when you don't get sleep, you get cranky. I know I used to be like that. I guess sometimes I still am. It's more like when people disrupt my sleep. Maybe something about sleep patterns and anger are coinciding here. And sometimes I just take that to mean that there could be anger within you that you're not releasing in a healthier way. So it comes through on the eves of your sleep. Does that make sense? Like maybe when you get woken up or right before you go to bed or right before you wake up, like people who wake up angry or have that, what do you call it? When you wake up in a bad mood until you have coffee or breakfast or whatever. I'm getting a little bit of that for some of you. And no shame there. I feel like, we're all wired differently. But I feel like that anger could be trying to tell you something. It's like, what exactly is triggering you more into anger than everything else? Kind of like how some people we don't like and they make us angry. I feel like for you, it's a specific topic or a specific... Yeah, there's something here. Something's making you angry and you're not expressing it. And I feel like the higher self of your person here is trying to get you to express it because, well, one, there's no shame in having anger. It's an emotion just like anything else. And two, the better you express it, the better you're able to function in general, I feel like. Because anger could be blocking you. That could be the thorn in your side. We have light and the unexpected. It's interesting how these two look very similar. They're from different decks, different creators, but they both have this zigzag, and then there's this eye looking thing. Maybe some of you have there might be some vision problems or maybe something to do with the eyes here. Some of you, especially if you suffer from migraines, maybe they impact the eyes for some of you. And the last card. Your hands could be of importance here as well because there is a hand here in the card of Turisas. We have power over 7 scorpions, power to conjure lower vibrational forces. I'm getting the energy of you, pile 1, that when you're angry, everybody else is angry. Well, no, that's not the right way of saying it. When you're in a bad mood, everybody else is in a bad mood. I kind of think of the saying, happy wife, happy life, or more gender neutral, happy spouse, happy house. It's kind of like whatever you feel, I feel like your person feels it strongly as well, even when they're not around, even when they're in a different space. I feel like for a lot of you, your person's higher self is very connected to you, or at the very least, this person is very emotionally attuned to you. Maybe there's a potion involved. Maybe you like to make concoctions for certain things. I'm thinking, like, for example, I make my own vapor rub, like just coconut oil and eucalyptus. I mix those and that's my thing. Maybe some of you do something similar because I am getting slightly witchy vibes, but it's more like seasonal. So maybe some of you get very into your herbal remedies during the holiday season. I know I do. Whenever cold and flu season pops up, I start stocking up on all the herbs and spices that are needed, or soups or teas or whatever. I don't know. I'm just like that. What else needs to come through? I'm gonna get some astro dice to look at astrological placements that could either indicate who this person is or that could be important for you here, pile 1. We'll figure out who your person is in the tarot. I just want to see like what's going on here. We have 7. Yeah, this is definitely somebody that you've been married to or that feels like they would marry you. We have Scorpio and Mercury. So this person is very communicative with you. Scorpio, they could either have really strong placements in Scorpio. You could have Scorpio in the 7th house, or maybe they do. Or there's just an intensity to this connection. I feel like for a lot of you, this person definitely very empathic. Like you two are really good at feeling out each other's emotions. And I feel like that's part of why... Well, 1, why you would trust them to come through in a reading like this. And 2, why you end up marrying this person. Because I feel like for a lot of you, regardless of whether you want marriage or not, because I know people who don't even care for marriage do come to these readings just to see what like a future partner or person would say. Sometimes they just come for words of comfort. And I feel like this person, that they're just a good person. They definitely feel as deeply as you do. And I think that's one way that you both bond and connect here. I feel like they wouldn't come through if they didn't. I feel like they do see you through a lot. And they definitely see changes within you as well. Maybe they met you during a time of change, or they really saw you through a time of change. One or the both of you could have a son, because I'm thinking of this child right here. But there's something here about overcoming obstacles. They know you can do it, absolutely. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into the tarot to see what messages this person has coming through for you. So we are using the 8th House Tarot, speaking of Scorpio. And it's interesting because fluorite was one of those stones. I think it was the first stone I used for Reiki healing. This one I've had for, gosh, well over a decade. And I used it specifically because of its shape. So maybe some of you, fluorite could be of importance. I forget the meaning of fluorite, but I know it's a good... it's good for healing in general. So for those of you who have an actual physical ailment and you like to work with crystals and you like to try it, I would recommend or suggest fluorite. So who is this person? Can we get a little bit about them for my pile 1? Whoever this is, great communicator, strong throat chakra. Maybe they have a really amplified Mercury in their chart, or maybe you do. Or when you get together, you have a really good conversation. You communicate very well. You're on the same page. Because my throat was kind of iffy before I started this reading, and now that I'm here, it's like doing really well. So definitely great communication. We have the 5 of Pentacles reversed. We have Judgment, Pluto reversed. I feel like this person comes into your life when you are having to make a lot of tough decisions that make you feel insecure. And this person really helps you through that. I feel like they talk it out with you, or maybe they literally help you out with something. But this person comes in a moment of your life when you're going through a lot. And maybe that's why they're the one coming through. Yeah, it's like you're trying to find your footing. You're trying to find your stability here. Or you're trying to overcome the lack of stability as well. There's a little leaf in that palm. Interesting that the palms keep coming through, because the card you chose also has a hand, and there's where the thorn is, and here it has a little leaf. So something about the hands could be important. Maybe you and this person really like to hold each other's hands, or maybe somebody here practices light work or Reiki, which is known to come through the hands. We have the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Wands. Interesting, because the 5 of Wands is the card of anger as well. I feel like this person is definitely somebody, again, an intense energy. And I feel like you needed their intensity at this moment because you were going through so much that you needed someone who was able to handle the things that you were going through, or who was able to get a good perspective on the advice that you needed. It's funny, I'm looking out the window, there's some walnuts out there. I have a walnut tree. It's a very beautiful tree. But it's like walnut season, or at least it's about to start. I'm pretty sure it's September, which I'm recording this before September. So something about Virgo season could be important. Late August, early September, and we'll just add in Libra there as well. So this could be, the fall season could be an important season for the both of you. That could be when you met, or that could be when this happened. I feel like for a lot of you, this person helps you through your heartbreak, and whatever that heartbreak is, it doesn't necessarily have to be another relationship, but it's definitely like going through some sort of sorrow. I feel like they reach out exactly when you need it. You know what's interesting? We were talking about Mercury in Scorpio, and here we have Mercury in Taurus. So you and this person, I'll be honest, the communication is good. But sometimes I'll see this when two people have very differing opinions or even different worldviews. Even if the way they communicate makes sense, it's like they'll still respect each other's views. So you and this person could come from very different backgrounds, hold very different beliefs. But because the way you speak to each other, you get your points across and you understand each other, I feel like you're able to reconcile those differences. I am getting a little bit of that. So this is your person. I'm trying to think of what else is coming through. The number 5 came through twice. Maybe somebody here was born in May, and May is Taurus season as well as Gemini, but strong earth energy. Let's go ahead and get, well, Earth and Scorpio. So Taurus, Scorpio, there could be an opposition here. Let's see what advice they would like to give you at this time. We have the Chariot reversed. We have there's Mars and Scorpio again. We have the 5 of Cups and the number 5 as well. Maybe somebody here is the Life Path 5. We have the Queen of, oh gosh. So we have the Queen of Wands. They really do believe in you, pile 1. Like this person, I'm getting a little bit about how they view you. We have the Page of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, there's like a lack of stability right now for you. And I think to them, seeing you in this energy, in this light, is almost unsettling, because the way they know you, the way they recognize you, what made them fall in love with you is your inner light. It's that inner spark. You have such a, I'm getting like a feisty attitude, like a little fiery, feisty attitude, like nothing can get you down. I'm thinking of somebody who just can take on the world and nothing can tear you down. And then to see you be torn down by something, this person's like, what happened? You know, they're like, who did this to my pile 1? Let's get your last card. You have the 8 of Swords. They don't get how you don't see how powerful you are. It's like, how can you forget how powerful you are, pile 1? We have the 10 of Swords. Yeah, it's like when ish hits the fan, they would expect you to be the one to be able to handle everything, because they truly do believe in you. And it's not that they don't want to help, and it's not that they expect you to take on everything. It's just like they don't understand what can tear down your infallible spirit. Like you are, to them, you are like this ever-raging fire, a beautiful fire that can never die down, just taking everything in its wake. And here it's almost like they see you down to a little flickering flame, and they don't understand what took away that which fed you. They don't understand like I keep hearing who did this so that they can confront them in the way that they are. Because let me tell you something about your person. They're actually not that confrontational. I feel like they could get that way, but they prefer not to be. Your person is very peaceful, more in their mind, more mental. They would rather talk things out. There's a little bit of a harmonious spirit within them. And I think you're the one who comes through with your, I'm hearing with your attitude. Maybe you do have a particular attitude that they really are drawn to. And to see you be dwindled into something smaller than what they recognize you as, they don't get it. And it's almost like, I'm hearing, if you can't do it, who can? But I also see them like getting this fire within them, almost like they're being inspired by that side of you that they know is full of anger and rage. It's like they take it on momentarily. I don't feel like they take on all of your troubles. And it's almost like they're moved to do something for you. So I'm not saying that they're going to come in here and save the day for you, pile 1, but it's more like they would never want to see you in this position. And they know that if they were with you right now, they wouldn't let this happen. They'd be helping you out in any way that they can. And I feel like this is beautiful because for a lot of you, they see you. It's interesting. The crab is Cancer here because crabs to me look intimidating. I don't know if you've ever seen an actual crab, but they got these little claws and they got that harder outer shell. But Cancer, the sign of Cancer, is known to be very, very gentle, very, very pure, very loving. Very emotional as well, quite a softie on the inside. So they're kind of seeing that. It's like, what got through your shell? What got through to you? Because they want to know what it is. To really solve a problem, I feel like your person's more of a problem solver than anything. But it's kind of like, I'm kind of hearing that you're the one who fights fire with fire, but they're the one who uses, I mean, if they're in a legal field, they could use the legal system because I see them using wit and cunning. It's like, how can I outsmart this? How can I, what's the word? Make things work in your favor, make things work in their, how can they find the loophole? That's how they solve problems. And I think that's what you like about them. Also, as I'm talking, my hands are moving a lot like this. So maybe your person also has that habit of moving their hands a lot when they speak or when they're thinking. We also have the 6 of Cups reversed. Scorpio's coming through a lot. Maybe this person's a Scorpio with like a mixture of maybe Libra, but also earth signs. So something along those lines. But yeah, your person, they believe in you. They know you can do it. It's like, how can you not do it? Because not only are you absolutely beautiful, you're absolutely stunning, you're also 10 times as lethal as you look. And I think that's where people, I'm hearing people are going to regret the day that they crossed you, because they know that once you're done being upset over this, you're going to get back on your horse and just trot on through. You're going to like tear down something. They know that this is, I'm thinking of a phoenix. It's like the phoenix has to die before it's revived. And it creates something new. So they know that after this, something beautiful is going to happen. It's like this is what's it called? The rainbow after the storm. I know there's the calm before the storm. But after this storm, there's also another calm, as if nothing ever happened. So they know you will get through this, because rainy days don't last forever. Yeah, so for a lot of you, they know it's going to pass and you're going to be in better waters, if you will. Maybe something about boats is important, but let's go ahead and get your closing advice, my pile 1. So for your closing advice, I'm going to use a yes/no deck. So if you have another question to ask, you can go ahead and ask it. I'll choose that card in the end. And then we're going to do channeled messages from your person. So for my pile 1, we have, I don't know what to do. Yeah, they could be at a loss for words. If they happen to be with you physically at the time that this happens, they may not know what to do, but they know that they could, I feel like they know they can be there for you in spirit. Or they may talk this out with you. I feel like your person's better at giving advice more than anything. Especially, for example, if this is like long distance and they can't physically be there for you, they might talk about this with you. We have, I've been up all night thinking about you. Yeah, I feel like worrying about you may keep them up all night. Or maybe you've been up all night thinking about this and they're up all night with you. We have, I feel stuck. Yeah, I can sense that the stuckness, it's probably more you. Pile 1. I am frustrated. You feel my creativity. There is a silver lining here that a lot of you could actually be very creative in times of anger or frustration. Take that rage, take what you're feeling and turn it into something poetic, artistic. Let it fuel something here for you. I am not sure what I am feeling. For some of you, there could be complicated feelings. I feel like for your person, definitely watching you go through this, there's complicated feelings because like I said, they're not used to seeing you in this energy. And then for some of you, you yourself may not understand what you're feeling and why you're feeling it. It's like, again, going back to the anger that came out in the oracles. Anger can be a tricky emotion. I feel like a lot of people don't like to feel it. I feel like a lot of people hide it away or they choose not to feel anger, which is, it's great for being able to regulate your emotions, but at some point that anger needs to come through or be expressed in a healthy way. And I feel like that's one thing that needs to be understood. I feel like for some of you, anger can come through in very unexpected ways. Yeah. I was going to provide examples, but I don't want to because they're a little negative, and I feel like this reading itself so far, this pile has been just a little heavy, but hopefully it did bring some clarity for a lot of you. All right, so to get your answer card, trust it will manifest. Yeah, there's something about having faith in the future, trusting that you are working hard enough and trusting that things will happen for you. I'm almost hearing from your person, they have to happen for you. Because you're already a great manifester. You're already somebody who's so good at what you do. It's like, how can it not happen? How can things not work out in your favor? They're going to. But this is where I leave it, pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose the rose quartz, then we have a reading here for you about messages from your future spouse. What do you need to hear right now? What words of encouragement do they have for you? So we're going to start with the oracles, then get into the tarot. And the way this reading works is that this spouse could be future spouse. It could, for some of you, be a past spouse. I think you will know once we get into the reading. But it could be anybody. The higher self of somebody who adores and loves you and wants you to hear words of encouragement at this time. In addition to this, for this pile, as I was tapping into your energy, I feel like somebody's grandmother is here with them, because I got this very comforting feeling of, don't worry, my dear, don't worry, my, well, for me, it came through as, don't worry, my, mija, it's just what they say in Spanish for like my daughter, my girl. So something is coming through here along those lines. So if somebody's grandmother is here, I don't know if your grandmother blessed this marriage or blessed this connection, or if in any way they have anything to do with this, but that is coming through. So for my pile 2, we have longship. So definitely a journey is of importance here. Maybe you're moving. This could be a journey of the soul, but for a lot of you, I do feel like it's going to be a physical journey. Lately, when I've been tapping into readings, they've all been about physical journeys, even if it's just across town. I feel like there's something about this that is coming through. Your oracles, I did pre-select them in this reading. I think I didn't in the previous one, but just for the sake of speed. Pillar of Light, Descent of the Star of Isis, Rising Sun, the Divine Solar Child Reborn. This is so interesting. For some of you, I feel like you're going to have a grandparent that is reincarnated into one of your children, or something similar, like a past ancestor may come back and reincarnate. Or you may decide to name your child after a grandparent. So whichever makes sense, it could be both. Because I have seen this where certain people will reincarnate into the same family lines, kind of like to assist with the family lineage, with the healing within it. I am getting a little bit of that. If not, I feel like for some of you, because we have Descent and Divine Solar Child, I feel like you definitely are very much a chosen one within your family to carry on some sort of light, to carry on some sort of maybe legacy, maybe heritage. And I feel like your partner, I think that's why your grandmother is coming through. It's kind of like an ancestor. If it's not a grandmother, it could be anybody. I feel like an ancestor here kind of helped guide you to them and vice versa. It's like, we want this one, like this is a good partner for you, we want this one in our family. So I am actually getting that. That is so interesting. This could have been while they were alive. This could be in spirit, because our ancestors, our families can sometimes become kind of like our guardian angels, our spirit guides. Let's get more cards. We have Raw Intention, number 22. We have Changes, 10. Interesting, the mixture of like this reddish orange color and this aqua bluish color. So this is already making me think of one of the Temperance card, and then also the Lover's card, like a combination of blending of two energies. We have Love. Oh my gosh. I definitely feel a lot of love in this pile. We have Durga, Strength, and Water, Primordial. For a lot of you, there are messages here about giving birth, if that makes any sense for you, or if that is relevant, or assisting in birth for those of you who can't give birth but may contribute to the birth of something here. I feel like for a lot of you, there is something about the family line coming through. And I feel like your spouse's higher self is coming through in this way because they both care about it. It's like they care about the blending of the both of you and what you create together. So I feel like it's paying homage to both families. Maybe mainly yours here, because that's what I'm picking up on, but also theirs. Or you could respect their family a lot, and I feel like they want to do the same for you. No specific cultures are coming through, though Durga is a Hindu goddess, in case that is of importance here. But she is also a goddess of, if I remember correctly, she's the one that has many weapons. So it's like she can become any sort of kind of protection that you may need. So there's something here about being assisted and equipped with all kinds of tools, weapons, etc. It's making me think of in a video game how you will have like a whole thing of like weapons. I'm thinking of like Legend of Zelda, how Link has all his artillery there where he can just use whatever he needs at the time. You know, like a slingshot or a bow and arrow or whatever. I'm getting something. So I feel like you will be very divinely assisted in this next chapter of your life, because for a lot of you, there are changes coming. I think you know this, and I think that's why you're here. And maybe you're wondering what the future has in store for you aside from your future spouse. Your future spouse is going to come through. But right now, I feel like your ancestors as well as theirs are kind of coming through, letting you know that they're all assisting you. It's like once you join with this person's this person's energy once you consummate this relationship in whichever way that you want to. I feel like their ancestors and their spirit guides will also become yours. So you're not just merging energies and families here. It's like you're merging a certain timeline. And I feel like what you create, whether it's children or whether it's anything else, like a business, a project, etc., I feel like it's going to have an impact on everyone around you, the world, or even just yourself. So beautiful, very strong energy coming through here as well. I feel like for a lot of you, you may actually become stronger when your partner comes in, whether that's physical, like maybe they make you join gym and you go start lifting weights or something like that. Or it could be more metaphorical, of course, like maybe you find the inner strength to be the person that you need to be. But with primordial, I do feel like you and this partner are going to have a very, and I mean a very strong chemistry. Because it's almost like you're, why am I seeing this? And I don't know why this is coming through. But it's almost like your bodies are going to feel made for each other because you're meant to co-create. So the high chances of you and your person being fertile, if that's possible, if that resonates, Pile 2, take that only as it resonates. But there's also a lot of love here. Like whatever this is, there's a lot of love. And I'm getting a little sheepish. Maybe for some of you, you don't like to talk about that, or you may get a little, I'm blushing. Why am I blushing here, Pile 2? This is so cute. Okay, so let's get into the tarot. Because I feel like for a lot of you, you may wonder, especially if you're currently not with your future spouse, like what kind of life will you have? And I'm already here to confirm that if you want children, that is definitely an option for you. Regardless of age, I'm hearing. So you might be one of those people who has children later in life. If you already have children, I feel like your future spouse will take them on very naturally as well. Like they're going to become a very natural parent to your already existing children, to the point where, and I've seen this sometimes in what are they called, blended families, where you wouldn't think that a parent and a child aren't related because they're so similar, but I am picking up on that. I'm picking up on a little bit of a, like this child will kind of look like they have the genetics of your partner, even if they don't. Take that as it resonates. So, pile 2, we're going to see who your future spouse is here. Like who are they? And anything else we need to know about them. And then we'll get into the actual messages from them. Page of Earth. I was kind of getting the notion that they could, either you meet when you're both younger or they could be slightly younger. Definitely not as far ahead in life in you. For example, like if you do have children, they've never had children, so they're going to feel like they may not be equipped for something. But the beautiful thing about Pentacles Earth energy here is that it's very long lasting. It's very stable and solid. So even if they're not, they're going to become ready whenever they meet you, whenever you get together. Yeah, so the both of you may not be entirely ready when you get together, but I feel like it's going to work itself out. Let's get more cards for you, Pile 2. We have the High Priestess reversed. You're going to unlock an intuitive or spiritual side to your person. I feel like it was always within them, but they never really took it seriously until you came along. Maybe you did something or said something that made them believe in their intuition. It's almost to the point where like they didn't believe it until you came along. And I feel like it's going to be very liberating for them. It helps them advance. We have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Swords. This is so interesting. So you both meet at a time where you're almost at, I keep hearing Almost There, the song from, is it The Princess and the Frog? The one Tiana sings. Like you're almost there. So you might be like ready to get promoted, ready to move. It's like you're in transition or on the uprising of something here. Like you're about to do something and then you meet each other and it's like you both take off together. So it's kind of like if you only have one step to go, this person meets you on that 9th step out of 10 and then you're able to progress forward. And I feel like you both actually accelerate each other's development and evolution here. Because the Five of Swords is like ready to give up or ready to stop believing in something, but then you come along or they come along. It's like you meet each other so that you can move forward in life. We have the Six of, interesting, this is the Six of Swords, and this is very similar to the card that you got, which has a long ship, but here it's just a, I don't know what kind of water transportation vehicle that is, but it's very similar. So it's like you meet together and you move forward together. You could literally be moving because of this person, or they move because of you. Like you meet and then you move somewhere, which I actually see a lot, especially with long distance couples or couples that meet online. Or for example, let's say you're both still living with your families. When you meet each other, you move out of the house together and then start your life there. So I am getting that. Let's go ahead and see what they have to say for you. But as for your person, I'm getting strong earth energy, strong air energy, and just a dash of Pisces. They could have been born on the earth-air cusp. So we have the Nine of Wands reversed. We have the King of Pentacles. Oh, I just heard that song by Enrique Iglesias, I Can Be Your Hero, Baby. So it's funny, we have Page of Earth and then we have King of Earth's Pentacles. Page of Pentacles to King of Pentacles. This person really up levels. They step the F up when they meet you, because they're like, I'm not losing out on this one. I'm not gonna, like, they will not give up for you at all. Like whatever you throw at their way, not saying that you may, but it's kind of like they see you doing something, they step the F up. And I absolutely love this energy, because it's kind of like this person finds a sense of purpose whenever they meet you. Or maybe you were the motivation that they needed to get out of a rut, or they really needed that extra push to move forward. So for example, if we're taking the huge hints that the oracles are giving, this would be like you both are together, you accidentally get pregnant, like it was unplanned, but then they're like, oh crap, I'm about to be a parent, let me go get a better job, let me go find a house, let me go figure this out. It's like you coming into their life really helps them figure it out, because they're doing everything in their power to keep you. So I really do love this energy. But they level up for you, because they do not want to see you suffer. It's like, it's a pride thing for them. It's like, I'm not about to have, you know, the mother, father of, well, I feel like for the majority of you, this would be like a guy stepping up for a woman here. But take whichever gender resonates. But I'm hearing, it's like, I'm not about to have the mother or parent of my child struggle because I didn't step up. There's like a sense of pride here for a majority of you. We have the Fool. And look, they're scared. They're scared when this happens. But when I tell you there is a light under their ass whenever you meet them, it happens. Because, I mean, look at those Adidas sneakers. Like, they put on those shoes, they run. They put on those shoes, they start running and doing things that they need to do. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, hard work. Saturn and Taurus is coming through. And the Lovers. So I do feel like, oh, back of the deck is the Eight of Swords. I do feel like maybe how things happen in this connection isn't what their ideal was, but I feel like they don't regret it for a second. They absolutely love that they were able to create this, because especially with the Fool card, this is Uranus. This kind of makes me think a little bit of the Tower, because they're both Uranus ruled. They're both unexpected changes and kind of going head first into something without thinking. This person really does level up because of you, and it changes both of your lives. Maybe you decide to move elsewhere. Maybe you decide to, I just see this a lot because I come from a background of immigrants. It's kind of like you find out that, you know, somebody's about to have a kid or somebody's about to do something, and then they move to another place for a better life. So I'm getting a little bit of that. It's like, I'm hearing you want what's best for the both of you. You want what's best for your family. You want what's best for whatever you want to create in life. And I see that very strongly. So this person, they really step up because they don't want to see you suffer. They don't want to see you work hard either. It's kind of like they'll take care of you. They want to take care of you. And for a lot of you, I feel like the romance actually comes once this life has been settled down. Because I feel like at first there's a little bit of a freak out, but then like, once things settle down and you have your own place, or you create the things that you wanted to create, or you have the the babies, the fur babies, the everything that you wanted. It's like, that's when they find love. It's within the security that this connection has brought to them. Because I feel like either you or your person, maybe the both of you, have been in survival mode since day one, since you were young. It's like you never really knew where things would go, but then you find each other and you find something solid and stable. And I absolutely adore this. Maybe one or the both of you may have been homeless at one point, and that's why that's coming through. I feel like it would be more your partner than you, though, pile 2. Take that as it resonates, but it's kind of like you open up your eyes and you even end up growing through each other. You both ignite a fire within the other, but in a very practical way. Like I said, it's like you wake up this person with the intuitive card here with the High Priestess. And I feel like through that, they become more intuitive. I feel like you both will. Again, especially if we are talking about like pregnancy, because I feel like some of you may wonder if you're going to have kids. If there is a pregnancy here, it might bring out mother's intuition, but it will also bring out whatever the intuition the other parent may have. Whoever isn't carrying the child will also have that because they're attuned to you. So I don't know. It's kind of like everybody's third eye pops open here, and that baby's going to come in with a third eye popped open. If it's not a baby, it could be a pet. And of course, pets are very intuitive. They know right away how to read energy. And I feel like this really wakes up something within you. And then we have the 3 of Cups. Your friend circles will change. And that does happen, especially if one or the both of you had like very immature or toxic circles of friends. I feel like you fall away from those and you create new friends, you create new communities, which is really great. But I really do love this. This person absolutely will be there for you. And I feel like I said, your ancestors, both of yours, mainly yours, but also theirs, come through to help you out. So the last cards we're getting, I'm using 2 decks. I'm going to start with the, I think it's called the Amulet Oracle. And this is a direct question. So go ahead and ask your question, specifically like a yes or no type of question, and I'll answer that for you. But let's get started with the channeled messages from your person. I'm just making sure that it's recording because I tried recording it earlier and it didn't, and it wasn't recording. Okay, cool. Pile 2, I don't know what to do. Yeah, this is going to be a moment where neither of you know what to do, but it's funny. They may say they don't know what to do. They may tell you, and then the next day, the next minute, they have like 3 plans worked out and they're already working on plan 3 and they're involving you in plan 5 because they need to. That's what I'm seeing. It's like one minute they're just like freaking out and the next they have like a whole map of how things are going to go. So this person, they figure stuff out quick. And I think that's what you like about this. I'm also going to get your Astro Dice. I got the Astro Dice in the first pile and I almost forgot it for you. So I'm going to do that before we end this. So I'm being told to do it now. Okay, let's do it now. For any astrological aspects that could be important. We have the 4th house of home. We have, this is Mercury? No, this is Venus. There's a lot of love here. They find you very attractive. They find you very beautiful. There's a lot of love. We also have Gemini, which for some of you, you could have twins. No, but this person could be a Gemini, or communication in general could be important. Gemini is also, it deals with like the neighborhood. It deals with like hometown. So maybe for some of you, this person could be from your hometown. Maybe you both grew up in the same area or something along those lines. Or at the very least, you lived in the same neighborhood at some point. Like, think of a local. You know this person. But yeah, somebody here could be a Gemini, have Venus in Gemini and 4th house Gemini, which could possibly make you Pisces rising, which is odd because I have that, but I don't have. The houses are different depending on like how big or small they were whenever you were, the time you were born. I would look it up because I have Pisces, but my Gemini is all the 3rd house. But yeah, whichever makes sense here for you, Pile. Pile 2, I am not sure what I am feeling. This is so crazy. Like for some of these came out in pile 1 as well. I can't get over you. They're not sure what to feel when they get with you, but they know that they can't get you off their mind. And it's almost like they're hooked on you. and it's like an itch they can't scratch, so they keep scratching it and they never want to stop scratching. Maybe that's the wrong metaphor, but that's what I'm feeling. I have a hard time communicating. Yeah, maybe when you first get together, there's a hard time communicating, or you could, like, maybe somebody here is really quiet and the other person isn't. Like, one person does more talking than the other, which I actually do find that from a lot of Geminis. It's like once they open up, you can't shut them up, but when you first meet them, they can be shy AF. We have, I think you are very talented. Oh yeah, they think you're very talented in several aspects. I am planning on messaging you soon. Oh, okay. Let me get a few more. I feel you are wife, husband material. Appropriate at this reading, of course. I miss you. If you're not currently in contact with this person, they miss you. Especially if it's been a while since you've seen them. With I am planning on messaging you soon and I have a hard time communicating, they may have a hard time knowing what to tell you, knowing what to say. So it's not that they're avoiding you, it's just that they don't know what to bring up in order to talk to you. Which is weird because you would think that they would be okay just saying, you know, texting a hey or a what are you doing? So, you know, whatever. But I feel like they also don't want to come off as a fling, as an F-boy, F-girl. They don't want to come off as that. I feel like they really do want to tell you something of importance here. So let's get your last card for my pile 2. Beyond a doubt. So whatever the question you had in mind was, it's beyond a doubt. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Basically, yes. So with that said, I leave you here, pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose this gorgeous druzy moon, it's actually a pendant. Then we have a reading here for you about messages from your future spouse. We're going to see what messages your future spouse has for you at this moment. This spouse could be anybody. It is meant to be somebody from the future or somebody that, you know, who is coming into your life. But for some of you, this could be your current spouse if you have one, or it could even be a past spouse if for those of you who are divorced or who have a spouse who is deceased. So whichever makes sense to you here, pile 3. So we're going to go ahead and start with the cards, the oracle cards that have been chosen for you, and then we're going to get into the tarot. So the card you have is Fehu. This is a rune of wealth, abundance, as well as I don't think it's harvest. I think that's another rune, but this is definitely one of abundance. And abundance doesn't always have to be money. Abundance can be having exactly what you need when you need it and knowing that there is plenty of it. That is a mindset of abundance that is coming through here. So some of you could be going through some sort of abundance issue, like maybe you're in need of something, or maybe you're just worried about your finances, your money. In some cases, if you have assets, that could be important as well. I'm thinking of land, houses, cars, or assets are anything that's worth a lot of money, things you usually pay taxes on. So maybe some of you are concerned with that, but if not, this could also be what you have to offer, what you have to give, and what is available to you, which is really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen it that way, but let's go ahead and get your oracle cards. Pile 3. We have Feed Your Artist, number 28. We have Illumination. We have Ocean, Self-Love. Oh, that's beautiful. She's got these sunflowers. I know this is black and white, but I feel like the sunflowers would actually resonate with the color of this Illumination card. Like a deep yellow, an ambery orange, or ambery yellow. We have Lightness, Feather, number 23. And then we have 2 of these cards, Serpent of Fire, Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood, and Ancient Power Mysteries. Hear the rattle of Isis playing, which is interesting because I don't know if this is a rattlesnake, but it makes me think like of a rattlesnake that does the little rattles. Something about, especially if you make music, I feel like something about your creativity is coming through here. For those of you wondering like how you can bring in more abundance, more money, more of what you need, being creative, being artistic could be really helpful for you at this time, because I feel like this person has seen that side of you. They know that you're very talented. They know that you do something really well. And they're just letting you know that if you have a specific creative project, not to give up on that. to keep living that dream, to keep pushing towards that dream, because I feel like, especially in the future, this person is going to see all the effort, all the hard work you put into that project pay off, or do something for you that will catapult you to the next chapter, step, journey of your life. So for a lot of you, especially if you already know this person, they could be somebody who collaborates with you. They could be somebody who definitely supports you. With lightness, I do feel like there's a beautiful energy to you, pile 3. You have a very lovely lightness here, especially with illumination. This person knows that you've gone through your journey and deep healing of self-love, and it shows, because the way you carry yourself, the way you talk, speak, the way you move in life really shows that you value yourself, and they really do adore this about you. This is giving me like Sun in the first house or Leo energy slightly. What else is coming through? Some of you could be Year of the Snake, or Year of the Snake could be important here with Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood. Serpent on fire. I'm going to read from the book for that, because with the Rattle of Isis playing, I always think of music. I'm thinking of specifically of sound healing, like Tibetan bowls or singing bowls, or even dealing with frequencies. But for Serpent of Fire, I don't get that card too often. So let me look at the book. So from the book, Isis, Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood, and Queen of the Serpent of Fire, guides you through transformation now as your energy field grows stronger and old energies are burned away in the process of your growth. Trust that you are growing and are more capable than you have been previously. Do not assess your current ability based on past standards, as they no longer apply to you. You are stronger and more powerful now than you have been before. You need to learn afresh what you are capable of, and Isis helps you now. So you're definitely changing, much like a snake shedding its skin. That makes sense here. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's like a new era of whatever creative work you have. It's like a new era of that, because I'm being shown, I'm not a big fan of Taylor Swift, but I'm aware of her albums and how she seems to change her persona or her aesthetic. Every single album has like a different vibe. And I feel like all musicians, all artists, especially the big ones, go through that. So I'm seeing that. I feel like a lot of you're doing the same thing when it comes to your art. So maybe you're shifting aesthetics or shifting mediums, but there's like something very true to you still within it. So whatever you're creating, you're stepping into a new era of it, and your person is here to really encourage that, especially for those of you who have, questions regarding money, abundance, how you're going to pay for something. Just go back to your art, go back to your creative energy. You create something here. For a lot of you, it could be music. For some of you, it could be writing. It could be literally physical drawings, paintings, anything. Anything that you create can be considered creative, like even if you do YouTube videos or even short form videos. It's like if you used to have a YouTube channel and then you switch over to short form videos. So now it's like TikTok or Instagram, something along those lines, but it's still in the same vein of whatever you do. So this is just your future spouse letting you know that this is how you gain momentum in that. But let's go ahead and move on to the tarot. I'm going to get a little bit about your future spouse here, pile 3, and then we're going to get the actual more direct message, even though this message was pretty straightforward. I feel like your partner doesn't really mess around. They could have like a Mercury in Earth, in an Earth sign, like Mercury in Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Or they could also be very just logical, like they're very straightforward. Strong earthy energy is coming through. I also don't know how involved they are in the creative process. I don't know if they help you, or I don't know if this is just your thing and they admire it, they watch it, they consult, you consult them, or maybe you get their opinion. So, excuse me, for your person, we have the Magician reversed. Yeah, this person's a really strong communicator. But when it comes to this, I feel like, you know how some couples, there's always one that like is the more extroverted one, or there's one who talks more than the other, and the other one is just kind of either they match their energy or they're just there. In this case, it's kind of like whenever they talk about this specific subject, when it comes to your projects, when it comes to the things that you are into, they let you take center stage. It's like, even if they typically are more extroverted and everything else, when it comes to this area of your life, they let you shine. And I think maybe at one point this was like something that you both had to work with or work through. It's kind of like you set them aside and it's like, look, I love that you always speak for me, but when it comes to my work, I would like to speak for myself, even if I don't speak it the best way. I feel like it's almost like they at one point almost stepped on your toes when it came to your own work, and this is something that you both work through, which I really do like. And they are a very strong supporter of you there, and I feel like they had to learn how to play either second fiddle or how to step back and let you shine here. Because for a lot of you, maybe you're very sweet, shy, or more introverted, but this person is more extroverted. And here it's like they understood when to give you your power back. We have the Queen of Swords. You both communicate a lot. We have the World. One thing they really loved about you, what made them decide that you were the one. Sorry, I dropped all my cards. Well, one, I feel like you made them nervous because I literally dropped my cards, and sometimes I get that as like a sign of clumsiness or nervousness. You made them nervous because they felt that they couldn't match your energy in some way, shape, or form. But then it's like the more they got to know you, the more they realized that basically you fulfill everything that they want in a partner, that you fulfill everything that they want in somebody. Because I'm seeing a strong resistance at first. Maybe it's for other reasons. Maybe, for example, if you both work in the same workplace and there's no workplace relationships allowed, maybe that was a thing. Or maybe somebody here was in another connection, but then that connection fell through and then you both came together. I'm getting something along those lines where there's like a strong resistance in the beginning, but then it's kind of like knowing. And I feel like you both had this, like when you met each other, you knew that if you got together, it would be something very solid and something very compatible. But at the same time, it didn't mean that it was easy. You know, I feel like you had to work your energies out. We have the Seven of Wands. Like I said, a lot of you, you're not used, at least in the beginning stages of this connection, you're not going to be the extroverted one. You're going to be used to this person taking the lead in most cases. But then it's like slowly but surely they give you more. And it's not that they don't give you, it's not like they don't allow you to step through or shine through. I feel like a lot of you are just used to being, you know, introverted, being in the passenger seat as opposed to the driver's seat. And then Page of Wands. There's a lot of maturity, maturing. I feel like you both grow up a lot through this connection. For some of you, maybe this was like your first relationship, or you got together when you were very young. I'm getting a sense of like figuring things out with each other. So this person definitely, their higher self is coming through as letting you know that you will shine. And maybe it's just a little hint that if you want to assert yourself more within this relationship, it might be a good idea to really know who you are. So that way you don't get lost in each other's energy. Because with the World here, I do feel for the majority of you, this is either end game or this is going to be like a very strong pivotal relationship. Like one where you both learn a lot about the world together. You definitely, it's making me think of a Saturn return, because here we have the number 21. Maybe you guys got together when you were 21. That would be a young enough age where that would make sense. But it also makes me think of the Saturn return, which is late 20s. I think around, I think mine was around 27. Ages 26 to 30. I think it depends, but I am getting that for a lot of you. So let's see what actual messages they have for you at this time. I'm getting strong Capricorn energy, Mercury energy, which could be Virgo and or Gemini. Oh, and I'm going to do the Astro dice before I forget. Pile 3. We have Queen of Wands. You have Ace of Cups. Yeah, there's like a hesitancy before they get with you, because I see that they're very attracted to you. And I feel like for those of you who are currently not with this person, they still find you attractive, but it's like they want to start a friendship. They want to see where this goes. They definitely want a connection, but I don't think that they can act on their feelings. They can't act on impulse. Yeah, Ten of Cups reversed. I wonder if their family or something else is occupying them. Because like I said, when you first meet this person, there's something getting in the way of you getting with them. So you may know this person right now, but they can't be there for you. But they really do want to support and admire all you do. Six of Cups here. There's definitely a very natural, unconditional love. A very sweet kind of a... It's very sweet. It's like two friends who just adore each other. And then the Hermit. And I feel like they're waiting for you to come out of a certain energy, or maybe you're waiting for them to come out of a certain energy. Regardless, I feel like the both of you are in a hermit mode right now, and it's all a matter of waiting. Regardless, all this time that you have right now alone, especially if you're single, especially if you're not with them, I keep hearing to go ahead and I heard grind, kind of like in a video game, like whenever you try to level up, you're just grinding, like you're just walking around trying to get as much experience as possible. So they really want you to level up, get experience, so that when you get together, you're definitely at your strongest. Maybe they game, maybe you game. Back of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. Yeah, because there's definitely a need for this connection to kind of come together. Because right now, I don't feel like you are together, but you both want to be, or that is going to be like something they come to a realization. Cancer season could be important, or the month of July. But right now, I feel like everything's up in the air. For some of you, you know what's odd? This is a potential spouse. So it may or may not happen depending on the circumstances. But I feel very strongly that regardless, this person has feelings for you, and they want to remind you just how creative, beautiful, and inspirational you truly are. I just feel like right now they can't really express or show too much of this, because some of you know this person and they're not available. They are emotionally available, but they're not physically or otherwise compromised available. Like they're not physically available, or they're otherwise compromised. Like they can't step forward in this moment in time. But I feel like a lot of you do know this person, because the reversals here to me come through as like a hindrance or a stifling. And somebody was being so mean to me in the comments and said that I don't know how to read reversals. Reversals can mean several things. Reversals can be several things depending on, one, how my intuition is telling me to read them, two, how it's going in the reading, and three, some people just have like a particular way of reading reversals. Like if I say, like in my yes no readings, if they're upside down, it's a no, and if it's upright, it's yes. I feel like there's something here about, oh gosh, why did sorry, my rose quartz crystal fell. I think because I shook the table. I don't think anything knocked it over. I'll keep it here. But there's something about the way you interpret the world that your person really likes. And I feel like whenever you get feisty, whenever you get angry, whenever somebody like truly just winds you up and you have a go at them, they like this. It's like they like that you have your own mind, especially when you stick it to the man, essentially. When you tell people what's what, when you show them what's, yeah. This person likes that about you. Okay, so number one has come through twice. So for some of you, the month of January could be important. Somebody here could be a life path 121. So the 9th, 7th, 10th, or the 21st of January could be important. Most of that is in Capricorn. We have the nodes. We have, I just said Capricorn, didn't I? There's Capricorn and then the 8th house. This person could have Capricorn in the 8th house, or they could be a Capricorn. The node makes me feel that there is something very destined about this connection regardless. Because like I said, this could be potentially optional depending on what the circumstances are now and in the future, because we all have freedom of will. But this future spouse, I feel like they truly do believe in you. There's also something with the 8th house about secrets, about mysteries. They love the mystery of you. They love getting to know you. They love the unfolding of you and how little by little they get to know you. I'm seeing Pisces in the 12th house as well here, which is really interesting. Maybe some of you have Pisces placements or 12th house placements, but I feel like this person is very naturally drawn to you. You're naturally drawn to them as well. Any of the nodes, south or north in Capricorn, could be of importance. But I feel like this energy is very solid. But right now it feels like you're not with them, and maybe that's why you're here, which is really interesting. But with that said, let's go ahead and get onto your To your closing advice, I'm going to do channeled messages, and then I'm going to do a yes/no question. So go ahead and ask that, and I'll answer that with my oracle deck. So let's get your person's channeled messages for you. We have don't trust me. I feel like trust issues could be something here. Another way of seeing this person could be hiding things from you. Not in a malicious way. It's just like, I get the feeling that sometimes they don't trust themselves around you. So if they don't speak to you sometimes, it's because, again, they don't want to overstep boundaries. They don't want to catch feelings. They don't want too much to happen at one time. I am not sure what I am feeling. This has come through in every pile so far. So I feel like they may not know how to feel about you, how to feel about this. You found out something about me. Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, if they were trying to keep a secret from you and then you find out about it, and then either they confront you, you confront them, and it's that kind of energy. Your kindness has changed my life. I feel like you give them a very compassionate act of kindness, and this kind of like changes their views on you, and it really does like open a little space in their heart a little bit more, both for you and in general. Wow, you are beautiful. This person finds you so attractive. If you ever catch them staring at you, that's what it is. I feel connected to you. Yeah, there's definitely a deep connection here, but again, it's this stifling energy. It's this, it can't come through just yet, and I'm sure you wish it could. I am talking about you to others. Yeah, this person's talking about you to other people. A little bit of gossip here and there. I wonder if you have friends in common, or if they're trying to figure out things about you, or vice versa. I feel like it's more them about you, because I don't know if you would actually, like, creative people I've noticed don't tend to gossip that much. Like, they don't care. They're too busy trying to create beautiful things. From my experience, anyway. I am planning on messaging you soon. So this person could reach out soon, or you could have a conversation with them soon. I can't get over you. This person has a hard time letting you go and getting you off their mind. I feel like this person, they try to forget you, they try to get over you, and they really can't, as much as they try. So with that said, let's get your direct answer. Have your question in mind. We have reflect further for the outcome. So there is something here about, again, if you are asking whether this person is going to be your future spouse, yes, no, like I said, it's all up in the air. It is up in the air because there is a lot of freedom of will at choice right now. Sorry, freedom of choice at will. Freedom of will at choice. How do you say that? Freedom of will. It's here. Because what I'm seeing, and sometimes when I try to look into the future, I see this. I see like a train track, and you know how train tracks, they can shift and switch depending on the lever that you pull. I'm seeing that. So right now you're on a train track, and there's like a fork in the train track or a fork in the road. And depending which way you take will determine whether you end up together or not. Because I'll be honest, for a lot of people, when it comes to future spouse energy, they have options. So if it's not this, it could be another one. But this one, out of all of them so far, has felt the most wavering. And I guess it depends on what you want here. I'm going to get another card for you from this, just because I feel like that question, or sorry, that answer probably wasn't enough for some of you. So think of your question again. Yes, yes, yes. But look how it's reversed. I'm not meant to read reversals with this deck, but like I said, it would be a yes, 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 depending on the circumstances. So with that said, this is where I leave it, pile 3. Thank you so much for this very interesting reading. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose the clear quartz, then we have a reading here for you about messages from your future spouse. This is meant to be messages from either a spouse in the future. If you're already married, this could be your current spouse. And for those of you who, it's not going to be everybody, but for those of you who have been married before, or who have I'm hearing for some of you like a past life spouse who could also reincarnate and that you might meet again. That's not going to be everybody, but maybe if you were feeling a little bit leaning that way, that could be the case. But this could be a spouse from any point in time. But for the majority of you, I'm intending this to be future spouse energy. So already I'm getting the energy of like multiple lifetimes, multiple timelines coming through here as well. Take that if it resonates. Take that if you kind of deal with multiverse energy here, pile 4. But let's go ahead and get into your oracles. It's odd because I don't always do so. Sometimes it does come through. Sometimes it comes through as like alternate energy, like a different timeline. But I try not to because I like to stick to the present moment. I like to focus on the now, on the lifetime that you have right now, this lifeline, as well as like the choices you have in the future. So for your oracles, you actually have 2. We have druzy. If you came from the pile that also had this, because there's another pile that had this could be confirmation that you're meant to be here as well. And then we have, this is kanaz, which I think it means torch or fire, because there's like a flame here. So there's definitely something about bridges burning, or like I'm seeing specifically burning things down so that they can start anew, kind of like a phoenix, or like a wildfire in the forest. Something about ending something to create something new here. For a lot of you, you could be going through some massive changes in your life. You could be cutting people off. You could be ending things so that new things can come into your life, so that newness can make its way to you. This could be letting go of mindsets, letting go of physical environments or physical things, maybe people. I do see for a lot of you, if you were in this very the resource makes me think of a difficult energy or like a bump in the road. But here it's kind of like you're paving your own way because you're tired of being the universe's bitch, so to say. I heard that rather loudly. So for some of you, I feel like you're just done being a little pawn in the big scheme of life, or feeling that you are that way. Not saying that that's how you are, but for a lot of you, you could have been seeing it this way. And I feel like your future spouse empowers this version of you. Your future spouse, I feel like they're also spiritual, but in a different way than you, where you feel that everything is already set, like destiny has been set. They believe in playing around with the timelines. They believe in playing around with the energy. So they could be a really great manifester, and you could be more of a feeler, like a clairsentient, claircognizant kind of person. I'm literally seeing the magician and the high priestess, because even though they're both the most spiritual of the major arcana, in my opinion, they operate in different modalities. One is seen as like the more masculine, one seen as more feminine. If you were to see them as both like gender neutral, which they can be, one is the manifester, the other one is the knower, the other one is the holder of knowledge. So I feel like you and your person have this dynamic, and or this could just be like the metaphor that they are trying to show you here. Because look at these hands. This hand is holding a thorn, and this hand is creating a flame. It's like out of this thorn, we create the flames that start anew. It's kind of like, what is that saying? With this rock, I build my fort. I want to say it's also in Spanish, but I'm trying to remember what the metaphor is. It's like the rocks they throw you, you build your castle with. That's what I'm seeing. So with the rocks that you are thrown, you will build your castle or bridge after you burn the first one. So I'm really seeing this energy of your person empowering you to make the choices you need in life, and to remind you just how powerful you are. And I feel like, again, if you came from that pile, I don't remember entirely what I said in that pile. When I channel, I kind of come in and out. But if there was anything similar in that message to this, I feel like this is definitely confirmation that you're meant to be here. So let's go ahead and get your oracles. Already loving the energy here. We have Newt fertility, the goddess Newt, the goddess of the night sky. So we have fertility, we have protection. Yes, you're very divinely protected. We have movement. We have growth, a spiral. Number 11. I'm kind of hearing a downward spiral, or like crashing out. Maybe some of you have done that recently, and it's like that was what instigated this energy right now. That was the catalyst for you to move forward. I feel like something happened, ish hit the fan, and you were like, yeah, no more. I'm not dealing with that anymore. So I really do love this energy for you. Pile 4. We have creator fire, which is so interesting because we have this fire card, the torch next to this. Yes, you are like, quite literally, I'm hearing That Girl Is on Fire by Alicia Keys. So you could be the girl on fire. That also makes me think of Katniss Everdeen. from the Hunger Games, the dress where she spins around and she's on fire. There's a lot of metaphors in this one, very strong metaphors. I kind of love it. And then last card, stay true and be in your power. Osiris, Isis, Lord and Lady of Divine Authority. So it's interesting that this card, it doesn't show Osiris, but it does mention him. So this lets me know that this is a connection where you are both meant to empower each other. Also, of course, very directly, your future spouse is reminding you to stay true and be in your power. So it's kind of like, remember who you are. Remember what you do these things for. Remember why you're here. And if you ever feel anger or some sort of push-pull energy, remember why you're doing this. It's like, what is motivating you to progress forward? And how is that impacting your life? How is that affecting your energy, the energy around you, and the things you attract? They're reminding you to be careful of the energy that you are stepping into, because depending on how you handle that energy will determine what it brings forward in life. And honestly, hearing that, pile 4, your person is very, very wise. It's kind of like, it's not what you do that matters, it's the intent behind what you do that matters. So they're reminding you, when you go forward in life, make sure that it's coming from a place of the heart. Make sure it's coming from a place where you want better for not just yourself, but everybody involved here. Fertility does make me think that you and this person will be either very fertile, creative, or you will just inspire each other. Especially with growth here. You're definitely going through a period of growth. I feel that very strongly. Because you're not content just holding the thorn. It's like you have to set it on fire. You have to do something with it. You have to throw it. You have to acknowledge it, analyze it. When there's a problem, you don't sit still. Or at the very least, your future spouse is advising you not to sit still, that you know how to handle this. I'm hearing something about God's best warriors. I'm hearing like a lot of sayings that I'm not used to, but the bravest soldiers, like you're the universe's bravest soldier, so they give you the most difficult tasks, however that is said. I'm hearing a little bit of that, and I feel like this is meant to empower you. This is meant to remind you who you are, pile 4. Because you're nobody. I keep hearing you're nobody's bitch. I'm sorry if that's an offensive word. You're nobody's fool here. Let's just say that. So let's move on to the tarot. I'm already really excited by this energy. I feel like your person is definitely like your biggest cheerleader. I tap into this energy and I just get in such a good mood. Like, I'll be honest. I'm having one of my cases of insomnia. And that's nobody's fault. It's just my schedule's weird. And it was kind of odd. I woke up, and sometimes when I wake up, I'm like, oh, I should sleep. This is awful. I can't believe I'm not asleep when I need to be. But this time around, I woke up, it was like 2 a.m. or whatever. I was like, you know what? I'm excited. I have time to do a tarot reading. Let me go do one. So there's something about this person. Whenever you are feeling like you don't want to do something, this person will come in and they will hype you up. They will get you amped. It's like whatever you hate doing, this person will empower you to see it in such a positive light that you're like, yes, I can do this. Thank you, future husband or wife, future spouse. Thank you, future spouse. That's what I'm feeling for a lot of you. It's like when you hate doing something, this person will be there to remind you, hey, it's not that bad. Let's do it, get it over with, and live our lives, you know? I really do love this person's energy for you, pile 4. They could have a strong Jupiter, or maybe their Jupiter conjuncts like a major planet in your chart, or vice versa. So pile, or you could have like a mutually aspected Jupiter. I see that a lot. So pile 4. Let's get, Cancerian energy, the Chariot. Yeah, forward movement. Forward momentum. The month of July could be important. You or your person could be a Cancer. Forward movement. This person really, really motivates you. We have the Magician. Yeah, reversed, it's like a disempowered magician. It's like, remember who you are. Remember who the F you are here, pile 4. It's like, you know, you can't let them keep you down. This person really is like a cheerleader. Maybe for some of you, if you do some sort of competitive thing, or if you, whatever your hobbies are, this person's always there to cheer you on. It's like they're your number one fan. We have the Two of Swords. It's interesting how you meet. When you first meet, you don't say anything to each other, or like there's no communication. But Chariot makes me think of vehicles. So I don't know if like you meet each other around vehicles, or there's like cars or motorcycle. I'm thinking of like recreational vehicles specifically. So maybe like you both ride motorcycles or something like that. Or this could also be in commute. So a train, a plane, trains, planes, automobiles. I'm getting a little bit of that. And the Magician reverse, again, it's like maybe this person sucks at communicating, or there's just like a lack of communication at first. I'm trying to figure out who this person is. They could be a Cancer, of course. Mercury makes me think of Gemini or Virgo, or they could just have like a very prominent Mercury. Regardless, we have the Devil. It could be a Capricorn. There's also that Capricorn, Cancer, so there could be like opposition here. Also, this person, like, look, we all have those people in our lives who will like, and I don't want to say this is a bad thing, but like whenever they see your shadow side, they want to see that come out. It's like, yes, baby, crash out. Yes, get into your villain era. Whatever you do, this person really likes to see that part of you. It's like they want to see you in your bravest, most unhinged era because they love that side of you. It's like something magical happens. This person could also have like, whatever your Lilith is, it could be like, how do you say it? It could empower their Lilith or your Lilith. But yeah, this person, they see your shadow side and they love it. It's like this person could never hate you because positive and negative, they adore every part of you. Yeah, strong Jupiter energy here. Let's get one more card. Also, very heavily attracted to you. Like this person, like the S is going to be bomb. Absolutely bomb between you and this person. We have the King of Wands. Ooh. There is this weird energy that when you first meet, you may not see them entirely, or they may not see you entirely. It's like you meet, pique each other's interests, don't talk, and then you meet each other again eventually. Maybe 6 months, because Cancer and Capricorn are like 6 months apart. They could be a fire sign with some of these. It's actually pretty balanced, but I'm getting strong fire, maybe fire ascendant. But I feel like when they meet you, I think they're also in an energy of being disempowered. And it's like, I keep hearing like you meet each other at that vibration. Like you're both typically really cool, chill people. Like you're really great people, very talented, you vibe. But when you meet each other, you're both kind of disempowered for whatever reason. And it's like, I see you, I know you're like me and I see you. And I want to bring back that within you, which I know you also see in me. I'm thinking of the saying namaste, which means the light in me sees the light in you, or the divinity in me sees the divinity in you, depending on how you want to translate it roughly. I'm seeing a little bit of this. It's like, you know that you match each other's energy. They may notice this before you because I feel like you may not even see them. Like, I think they typically stand out, but to you, you're just too busy with whatever's going on when you meet them. What else is coming through? Strong moon energy, which means that you two will be very comfortable with each other right away, almost instantly. So your moons could be positively aspected, but regardless, let's see what they have to say. Love this energy. I'm hearing Firestarter by Prodigy. I forget what that song's about. It's just one of those songs I dance to. I don't really listen to the lyrics, but I'm getting a little bit of that Firestarter because this particular card makes me think of that video because he's in a tunnel and there's lights and stuff and fireworks. So pile 4. Love the energy here. We have the 4 of Wands reversed. We have the Emperor reversed. This is you being in your power. Especially if you're very comfortable expressing masculine energy, regardless of your gender here, pile 4. I feel like this person, they want to remind you just what a badass you are. Also, the fact that I'm cussing so much in this pile, those of you who know me, I don't cuss that often. I really don't. But this one, strong Aries energy, strong cardinal energy in general. And in astrology, these are the signs that are like the movers, the shakers, the the troublemakers, if you will. I feel like this person, again, they love this side of you because that's something within them that they adore. They could have Aries placements as well. They love the fire within you. Knight of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, they really like you. I see them checking you out. Like, they love your body. Like, whatever your body looks like or whatever you look like physically, they're very into it. Jeez, this person unabashedly, absolutely adoring you, I think, from day one. And 5 of Wands reversed. Okay, I'm not surprised. So definitely they know that you're suppressed right now because these are all upside down. So whatever you're going through right now, they know it's a lot, but they want to remind you that you have the intelligence to get you through this, that you have the power to get through this. You're so vibrant, and they'd never want to see that light within you go out. They also understand that you are so solid, so stable, like you've been through worse, like nothing can shake you. They absolutely know that you're made of sterner stuff than what you're going through right now, pile 4. And then with the 5 of Wands, I'm hearing them say, don't be afraid to fight. Don't be afraid to smack someone. I'm pretty sure that's metaphorically. And I'm not condoning this. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying this person doesn't want to see you give up the good fight. Because there's something here about knowing that you can do this. Look, this person really does see like a very spicy and feisty attitude within you. And they absolutely adore it. And they want to see more of that. They're like, yeah, don't let them win. Don't let the man win or whoever. Whatever is up against you, whatever is bothering you right now at this moment. If you have anything bothering you right now, pile 4, this person knows that you can overcome it. Back of the deck, we have, King of Swords. This person may communicate with you soonish or when you start talking to them. You're going to notice that you enjoy conversation with them. You're going to notice that you enjoy the way you communicate. Oh my gosh, I get a lot of 18 plus messages coming through. I wonder if their way of consoling you is through physical intimacy or even just physical touch. Like, I'm thinking of like hugging, cuddling, snuggling, of course, and anything else that leads to. I feel like this is how they comfort you. And I feel like you are okay with this. Like, I think this is an approval of you. Like, for some people, a massage is all they need to feel better in the world. And I feel like you may be one of those people, especially with the Queen of Pentacles here. Pile 4. Like, this person definitely appeals to your sensual side. They bring that out in you. They see that in you. They absolutely adore you. My goodness, pile 4. I love this person's energy towards you. They're like, you got them wrapped around your finger, at the very least physically. And I think this makes them... This is so cute. I don't know. I like this energy. I'm trying to figure out what they are. For example, I'm getting that scene from, okay, I don't like this movie. I really don't. But I'm getting that scene from The Wolf of Wall Street where Margot Robbie and Leonardo DiCaprio. You guys know the scene where she has him on his hands and knees and she's just like walking in like a dog. I'm getting a little bit of that. So I'm getting that energy from the both of you. This is so cute. I love it. I love it. You're going to have this person wrapped around your finger. And you're in the Margot Robbie energy here, pile 4, regardless of your gender, of course. Or vice versa, depending on what you're into. But with that said, this person, look, they know that you can do it. They know you can survive this. They absolutely believe in you. Important numbers coming through. We had the 4 come out twice. So that could be an important number. Maybe April is of importance, which again, I associate that with Aries. And or Taurus, because we do have the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody here could be a life path for. What else? Capricorn, Cancer. Yeah. Earth energy for sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to your person's channeled messages. But that's the message they have for you. It was kind of short, sweet, and a little bit very empowering for sure. I'm just trying to ignore the 18 plus messages. I can't say them on YouTube. I'm not ready for 18 plus readings. I've tried, but I guess I just don't know how to communicate them. But okay, so pile 4. This is going to be a yes, no type of question. So go ahead and answer your question. ask your question and I will answer after this. Look, this person's energy is infectious because I feel like that was a little bit of a whirlwind, whoever this person was. And then I'm going to get channeled messages from them to you. So think of your question. I'll answer it after. Oh, I forgot the astro dice. Let me do the astro dice first. We have Taurus energy, which I've already mentioned. We have the nodes. This person could have North or South node in Taurus. And then we have the 11th house. You will definitely start off as friends or something casual. I feel like the attachment isn't there entirely. In fact, I feel like you two, as much as you adore each other and there is definitely commitment here, you're not like overly attached at the hip. It's not like you give each other freedom. You give each other a lot of freedom. So this connection will feel like a permanent friends with benefits kind of connection, but there's still commitment and marriage and like emotional intimacy there. But it will feel like two friends who just, you know, you do a lot of stuff together, which I actually kind of like. I like that idea. Of course, if it works for you. If not, you could meet through friends or you could be in each other's social circle for some time before you get together. So we have, I want more than what we have. Oh, okay, yeah. So you guys are going to start off as friends and then you and or this person, both of you honestly, are going to want more. Because I'm hearing a few songs about like friends to lovers or wanting to be more than friends. Love will keep us together. Yeah, because there's a very natural love between you and this person. It starts off as like, you know, platonic love, the love you would have for mankind or any friend. And then it keeps developing. Like there's a very natural connection here. We have, I am still healing. This person will be healing when you meet them, but I think so will you. I am frustrated with you. Sensually frustrated. Yeah. I feel like you frustrate this person sensually. You could also frustrate them in the way I'm seeing Edna Mode and Elastigirl. It's like, what are you letting these people get you down for? You know, remember who you are. I keep getting that. I'm not saying that they would smack you with a newspaper, but it's kind of like, what does she say? Go out there, fight, win. This person really likes your feisty side. I can't get over you. That this person, when they meet you, they will not be able to get over you. They adore you. I love this energy pile for like, it's absolutely cute. Please don't go. I do see like at some point this connection, like either you may try to separate, you may leave, they may try to leave. And there's going to be something here about like the other person asking the other one to stay. And it's not begging, it's not desperate, but it's kind of like maybe neither of you thought that you would be able to have anything commitment-wise. Because with this 11th house, again, this could have started off as just friends, maybe something casual, a situationship, something where like it was obvious that it would, maybe for a lot of you, it was just like a hookup or it was intended to be that way. But like you both caught feelings or you acknowledged that there was something more there. And it's like, let's not give up on this. Please don't go. Let's see what we can work out here. And I feel like for a lot of you, it ends up working out. With that said, I'm not here to feed delusions about any current situationship you're in that you know is toxic, because I don't see this connection as toxic at all. I see it as light, carefree, and empowering. Let's get more cards. I am not sure what I am feeling. Look, every single pile in this reading so far has gotten this freaking card, and I'm tired of interpreting it. But I feel like for a lot of you, you or your person may not be sure what you're feeling. I need to feel in control. Okay, so this person, there's some sort of control dynamic that you and this person have. I'm not saying that they have control issues. This could be played out in bed, if you know what I mean. But I feel like you both love to be in control, and I think that's what attracts you to each other. But at some point, it becomes like a little bit of I'm hearing a game, like a game of cat and mouse. Like one moment you have control, then they have control, but then you end up balancing it out somehow. And I think that's why, look, if you've ever had, like, what do you call them? Rivalries, frenemies. I'm seeing a little bit of that. Like, this would be somebody, like, if you compete with them, maybe you start off as competitors too, geez. Like, they would hate it if you would ever lose. Not to them, but to anybody else. It's like, let's say you're the top 2 people in something, and then they see you like slide down to 5th place. They're like, hey, what do you think you're doing? You're supposed to be up here with me in the top 3 at the very least. It's like you should always be up here. So this person is definitely like, they will not let you slide. They will not let you, they won't let you fall in whichever way you want to take that pile. Pile 4. I love this energy. Dang. If you let me, I'll take care of you. Look, for some of you, this is like a enemies to lovers kind of energy. But like when the love comes through, it comes through strong and it breaks the both of you. Oh, I love this energy. I feel like some of you may have been reading too many too many fan fictions because it feels like a fan fiction. But I do feel you and your person. Look, you're gonna vibe. But let me go ahead and finish this reading. I feel like it's been the longest reading so far. Only because I adore this energy. My little Venus and Aries heart loves a good fiery connection. We have visualize your desire. Ooh. You both manifest each other by visualizing each other. And I think that's where I'll leave it. But thank you so much for letting me read for you, pile 4. It's been a privilege. I love this. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 5. If you chose the orange calcite, then we have a reading here for you about messages from your future spouse. We're going to see what messages your future spouse has at this very moment. So, this spouse could be anybody. It could be somebody from the future, maybe somebody you know right now if you're either married or dating them. And for a select few of you, this could be somebody from your past, especially if you're divorced or if you've had a past, a spouse that has passed on, whichever makes sense to you here, pile 5. We are going to do a little bit of a vibe check in the tarot, but right now I want to see more what's going on right now. This is kind of like the vibe check of what the messages are about. So you got 2 cards. We have, this is Ewas, not Awas, Ewas. I feel like there's 2 that I get those 2 confused. And then we have Manas. So Manas is much like the Chariot. It's forward movement, hence why there's a horse here. Maybe somebody here is year of the horse, you or your spouse, or maybe the both of you. Or horses could be important in general. Horses make me think of the night. And with Ewas, I'm actually going to have to look at the book for that because I'm not 100% on my runes yet. But I am getting this sense that something is progressing forward, especially something that if you've been either stuck, stagnant, in a bind, or like in a transition phase, things are going in your favor. So from the book, Ewas. Awas. So it is Awas. Then what's the other one? Anyway, this symbol. So the symbol, stretching in all directions, we find new depths of self. Yggdrasil, expansion, paradox, protection, and complexity. There's something about mapping out your journey, about new directions to take, about setting roots, especially with Yggdrasil here, the tree of knowledge in Nordic mythology. It's connected to the world tree within the Norse mythology. Yggdrasil connects the realms of the gods, humans, and the underworld. It branches, reaching far and wide, supporting the entire universe. This rune encompasses the complexity and paradox of spirit manifesting in physical form. Some of you could really be going through some form of spiritual awakening or spiritual journey. I feel like if not, then your future spouse is urging you to dive deeply into the spiritual waters that you may have. I'm also hearing that regardless of what your future spouse's spiritual beliefs are and what yours are, because you might come from very different backgrounds. For example, maybe your spouse is like, I don't know, like a Hindu background and you have a Christian background, but what you both share is like a common spirituality, a belief in the divine, which all religions to some extent have, is a belief in the divine and a wanting to better the soul. I feel like there's something here about tapping into your own beliefs and growing with them, which is really interesting. So definitely your spouse is either very spiritual or at the very least very open to spiritual matters here, especially when it comes to the both of you. So I do feel like this is a connection where you both really meet at the soul, and I really love that. But I feel like they're asking you, especially with forward momentum, with if you're wondering what to do next, if you've lost direction in life, it's like look within, look within, look within yourself. If you don't want to bring spirituality into it, which I can understand, then this would be like trusting yourself, trusting that things will show up for you, that things have to work out in some way. And I feel like, honestly, pile 5, like a lot of the piles in this reading have had something similar. So I might name this particular reading something entirely. It's still definitely messages from future spouse, but they've all been about like the next step in life or what to do, where to go, which is really interesting. So let's get your oracles. We have transition, arcway, number 48. What did I say? A lot of you are in a transition phase. It's like you're wondering where you should go, and maybe there is like a particular place where you want to go if you've been getting like a strong pull towards somewhere. We have yin-yang dynamic, 35. Maybe some of you are 48 or 35. Isolation. Fierce serenity, number 8. Somebody here could have been born in August, or the life path 8 could be important, or somebody who could be a Leo. We have Rangda, fear. And didn't I just mention like a Hindu background? Maybe some of you are, because I want to say Rangda is a Hindu goddess. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then we have Eye of Horus, awakening divine perception. Like I said, some of you, you're going through like a transformation, and maybe you're not typically spiritual, because for some of you, it's like 50-50. Some of you, you're definitely spiritual. You're at a tarot reading, you know what's up. And then for others of you, maybe you don't always view life through a spiritual lens. Maybe you do have a respect for it, and you're kind of like, you know, you respect it, but you don't always rely on the universe, God, source, whomever to guide you. But you're here because you're kind of either in a bind or in like a very specific kind of journey that feels like you may need to rely on something outside of yourself, outside of humanity, if you will. And I get this the most from people who've had people recently pass away, or like unexpected spiritual experience, like witnessing like a ghost or a vision of some sort, or a dream of some sort, you know. So whichever makes sense here. With there's almost something, so you know, when you first start diving into the spiritual, and I guess this depends on people's experiences, but some people, I know definitely me, when I first started, there was like a lot of fear I had to overcome. And I do read this in people who kind of fear the spiritual. They'll have a lot of fear. And I'm talking people who like have lived lifetimes. I'm talking about people who they don't want to know more than what they know right now in this physical body, the human body. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You know, if you don't want spiritual connection, you don't have to have it. But I'll sometimes sense a lot of fear within them. It's like they don't want to know, because in doing so, they'll have to acknowledge that things like karma and law of attraction and, you know, ghosts, spirits, etc. exist. And I feel like they don't want to, because that scares them. And why this scares them, I guess it depends. I don't know if this is you or your person. I don't know if this is something that you're dealing with. Like maybe you were spiritual, but then something happens where you got a little too spiritual. You saw something that maybe brought back fear, or brought if not fear, then I guess it could be worry. It could be like, I guess for whatever reason, the concept of fear here can mean several things. It could be worries, anxieties, not knowing what's going to happen. It's definitely the unknown. And for some of you, I feel like the unknown has become terrifying in some way. And I feel like your future spouse is just asking you to believe, asking you to keep the faith, asking you to remember that you yourself are someone who's capable of overcoming anything here with fierce serenity. With isolation, you could be feeling very lonely at this moment, or you could just be going through a period where you don't really want to deal with anything or anyone. So I'm thinking hermit energy, whether of your own volition or because somebody put you here. I feel like a lot of you are choosing this. So even if you're surrounded by people, you may still feel lonely. There's a sense of isolation here. But yeah, you're going through something new. You're doing something important here. I want to say, I forget who Horus is. I'm going to read from the book for this card and what his relation to Isis is. So from the book, the Eye of Horus brings divine perception, protection, and insight. You are gifted with certain spiritual abilities, including divine sight, that are awakening and growing now. You have much divine support and protection so that you may grow your abilities and serve others with your divine gifts. Trust your perception and know that you are divinely protected. I'm trying to figure out who Horus is, though. Maybe some of you are trying to figure out who your future spouse is as well. Eye of the Sun. Is he the sun god or the sky god? I don't remember. And I'm sure it's somewhere here in this book, but I don't want to spend too much time reading it because I want to move on to the next part of this reading. Anything else that wants to come through here? No. Okay, so pile 5. For your person, we're going to see who this is with the tarot. And then we're going to see what their actual messages for you are. Let me get some astro dice in here first. We have Libra, the 12th house. Somebody could have 12th house in Libra, which may make them Scorpio rising, which would make sense. And then we have Pluto. Oh, definitely transformative. Maybe somebody here has 12th house in, Pluto in Libra, which would be the generation of the 80s. So this person could be born in the 80s. Let that resonate as it will. And then the 12th house, Pluto in the 12th house. That's deeply transformative. That's like very psychologically, deeply transformative energy, which is really interesting. Love this energy though. So let's go ahead and see. This could also be you, pile 5. Or maybe you both have Pluto and Libra, letting you know that this person will be of the same generation. Pile 5, Knight of Wands. This person takes action towards you. Maybe not at first. Maybe there's like a little getting to know you kind of phase, or excuse me, a little resistance. Sorry if you heard that. Yeah, I guess that's the truth. I feel like it's not intimidation. Maybe it is. Maybe this person has a hard time admitting that they were intimidated by you, because I feel like typically they're not intimidated by anything. But this person is definitely a go-getter, feisty, fiery energy for sure. We have the 5 of Cups, yeah. Mars and Scorpio could be important. We have the Moon, Pisces. How is this upside down? Okay, yeah. Because I swore it was coming upright, but then I flipped it and it was upside down. That's crazy. Okay. May 18th could be an important date. That's actually my birthday. So maybe for some of you, you share a birthday with me, or your person shares a birthday with me. We have Taurus. Yeah, Taurus energy, because that is Taurus. The Hierophant. The Hierophant typically means, at least to me, my personal way of viewing the Hierophant is karmic lesson. But here it is coming through as stability as well as marriage. Some people see it as the marriage card. Some people see it as the card of lessons, or it's basically the lessons that are passed down from generation to generation, from culture to culture, from humanity to humanity, because humans do evolve as a species, as cultures, etc. Definitely strong earthy energy. And then we have the 4 of Swords. I'm hearing get more sleep, or I'm also hearing that you may dream of this person. Back of the deck, we have the 2 of Cups. Yeah, so this person, this is who they are. They could be a Taurus. They could be some sort of Pisces. Maybe they have Moon in Pisces, which again, maybe this person, I'm not saying I'm your future spouse here, pile 5, but the similarities are uncanny, because I have a Taurus 518. I have Moon in Pisces as well, and I have a Venus in Aries. But that would make sense because, and I also have very strong dreams, but that would make sense because if you're attracted to the kind of energy I have, it wouldn't surprise me if your future spouse had something similar to what I have. Because you know how you're drawn to similar people in both friends and lovers? I'm getting something similar here. So I guess that shouldn't be too weird coming from me. So maybe for some of you, you could be getting like a male masculine version of me if you're into men. And if you're into women, maybe somebody similar to me. But regardless, this is weird. Okay, but pile 5, your person When you first meet them, I feel like there's a lot of secrets, or like you don't come forward to each other. You may know each other for like weeks, months, years before you actually have anything to do with each other. This would be like maybe you went to the same school, but you didn't get together till like, I don't know, after graduation, or you lived in the same neighborhood, but you didn't know anything about each other till, I don't know, something happened. Or same thing, maybe same workplace, but you didn't get together till after one or the both of you left, something along those lines. Because I'm getting like a hesitation. I'm getting the initial interest with the moon here. The moon here is coming through very interestingly, especially next to the Hierophant, where it's almost like, it feels like high priestess energy, like intuition, but more than that, it's like divine orchestration at hand here, because it's kind of like you weren't meant to know each other right away. You were meant to kind of mingle in each other's energy so that those energies could get adjusted. Very strong spiritual energy here between you and your person for sure. You may dream about this person. You may, or meditate. When you meditate, if you meditate and have visions, you may have visions of this person, or you may feel their energy. For sure, I feel like there's something very comforting about your energies. There will be a lot of secrets revealed once you get together, or like once like you step into each other's lives. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I had a big crush on you back when I first saw you, but we couldn't get together because XYZ. I'm getting a little bit of that. With the Hierophant though, there is a lot of, it's not karmic lessons. I keep wanting to make it seem that way because that's my personal view of it, but it's more like you come together to create something stable, solid. It's almost like you come to realign energy for a lot of people. The number 5 could be important, so May could be important, as well as April, May. Again, strong Taurus energy within this. But it's a very natural connection that you both have, very spiritual. It's almost like you have a hard time resisting each other because you get together due to circumstances outside of your control. It's like you couldn't avoid each other if you wanted. Like, again, going by the example that you knew of each other before you got together, like you went to the same school. It's like you would keep getting partnered up for no reason, and it's like, like we keep running into each other, so you naturally develop like some sort of friendship or some sort of connection there. So it starts platonically friendly and it eventually evolves into something. And for a lot of you, I feel like, especially if you are, for example, a Taurus or have Taurus placements, any sort of strong earth energy, this is actually very, very healthy and good for you, because earth signs do need that time to get to know each other. Like, they find that very comforting. Let's go ahead and see what their actual message is though, other than remember to look inward, to keep the faith. Another way of viewing these astro dice, because Libra is a sign that deals a lot with connections, friendships, yes, but also partnerships, romantic partnerships. This could be a very transformative relationship for a lot of you. And 12th house does make me think that you may keep this like hush hush from a lot of people, not because of anything shady going on, but because you don't want anybody's energies getting in the way of the both of you. Or like I mentioned, in some cases, especially like I'm thinking workplace situations where you can't date each other, or if you did, somebody would have to leave. You would want to keep it quiet for a moment before you let people know about it, just because, the first stages of a relationship don't always mean that you're going to be together forever. It's like testing out to see if you're going to be compatible and if you want anything with each other. So I don't want people coming at me in the comments about how workplace connections and relationships are all toxic, because they're not. Not all of them are. Not if you're both single, not if you both come from a genuine place of interest and compatibility. Because people love to, I don't know, I keep hearing that argument a lot, but I think it all depends. Because you can find toxic people anywhere as well. It's not just the workplace. Like, cheaters are out anywhere. People who you're not supposed to be with, who are up to no good, are everywhere. And to assume that they only come from certain places isn't fair. But anyway, I digress. So what messages does your person have for you? We have the 9 of Wands. Oh, this is so sweet. They want you to rest. They want you to rest. It's like, you're so tired. Please rest. I think they want you to get more sleep. Quite literally. Because this person, look how they're in a race. It's like they're struggling for their life here. They're trying to get there. But your person is like, rest. Please rest. And I don't know what you're up to, Pile. 5, but I feel like you may be doing a lot. We have the Star. Again, keep the faith. Have hope. Have a lot of hope. Ooh, 18, 17. So maybe for some of you, you could have birthdays that are like, what's it called? Chronological order. So maybe one of you is born the 1st one, and somebody here is born the 2nd, or like 30 and 31st, which I think is cool. But definitely they want you to keep having hope and believing in yourself. We have the Chariot, forward momentum, Cancerian energy. Maybe somebody here has like a moon in Pisces and someone has a moon in Cancer. We have the 3 of Wands. They're also letting you know to, I feel like some of you could already be going through isolation, but they're letting you know that yes, there are people in your life that are draining you. And if you've been having any hunches about these people, they're just here to confirm, like, yeah, this person will definitely be somebody that when somebody new, or maybe even somebody who's already in your energy, already in your life, comes around, they have a very discerning eye. They're really good. My right ear is ringing so loud, letting me know this is true, but they're good at discerning people who are good and bad for you. They're good at letting you know who's who and what's what about this person, even if you yourself don't see it, because this person is insanely perceptive, almost disappointingly so, because I feel like some of you may have had an inkling or a feeling that like a parent or a family member or a friend, somebody is being a certain way, and this person, I feel like they confirm it. I feel like they look at things objectively, especially when you first meet, and they're like, yeah, that person isn't good for you, or that person is doing this, and this. And I'm saying this as somebody who's very, very intuitive, and I do something similar. I feel like people have a hard time understanding or realizing this, or even if they do understand it and realize it, it's kind of like they don't know what to do going forward. And maybe for some of you, you've recently let go of somebody, or you're in the transition phase of letting go of something. It could be a situation too. It could be something going on here, and you don't know what to do going forward. And I feel like this person is just asking you to look inward. And then the last card, we have Scorpio, death. Ooh, somebody here could be a Scorpio, Taurus, opposing energy, which is sometimes really good, especially I'm getting a strong transformation. Look, you're going to go through such a strong transformation either right before you meet this person, when you meet this person, or shortly after. Like, this person brings transformation. We have Pluto here twice. We have Scorpio, who is ruled by Pluto. We have Libra, which is like a sign of relationships. And then we have the 12th house, which is another house of transformation, but it's more the psychological aspects as opposed to 8th house, which can be more physical, or more like due to things like age, or things that are like, outside of your control. Back of the deck, we have the 3 of Cups. I feel like, yes, friends or people in common or family could be of importance here. You could get together because of a friend. I'm seeing specifically like somebody here, again, I get the feeling that you met somewhere, but you don't get together. And then you meet this person after, like you meet each other at like a friend's gathering, or at some sort of gathering, because I'm seeing other people around when you finally meet or get together with this person. Yeah, so for example, if I'm sticking to the school example, you met in school, never got together, but then you go to a party of a friend and you didn't realize that this friend was also friends with this person, or somebody, somehow they're at the function, you both get together, you talk to each other, it's like, hey, do I know you from here? And they're like, yeah, we do, actually, we both went here. And I feel like that's how it begins. Because I see a lot of fun between you and this person, a very natural connection. But look, this connection is going to be insanely pivotal and transformational, I can tell you that. It's funny how I focused more on you and this person coming together and how you know each other, because the messages they have, I think you already kind of get them. This person is very, very spiritual, very intuitive. Their higher self is with you. They want you to move forward. Also, didn't I say that horse card was kind of like the Chariot, and you have it here in the tarot? Also, there is another card here with a horse. Maybe horses are important. Or again, like I said, you could be you're the horse. And by horses, I mean, like, you could live somewhere where there's a lot of horses. You could live on a ranch. Maybe you grew up with horses. So I'm getting something very strongly here along those lines. But This person wants to remind you to rest. And part of the reason you are being so drained right now is because of the people around you. I don't know what people are around you. I feel like it's somebody close. If it's not somebody close, it could be like the neighborhood, or it could be... I keep being brought back to high school for some of you. Like, I don't know how long ago high school was for you. For me, it's been way over, God, a decade and a half at this point. It's kind of like... So, for example, when I was in high school, I was always tired. I was always annoyed because the people I went to high school with were just the worst. I don't know if I just got stuck with like a terrible class, or if it was just, I don't know, I didn't know how to protect myself energetically from them, but I would always be so drained, so drained in most of my classes, in a lot of them. So I feel like for some of you, you could be going through this, or it could be the workplace. I mean, I feel like that's a great place to find energy vampires for whatever reason. Workplaces are full of them, and it won't take until you leave to figure that out. But with that said, let's get into some closing messages. Oh, this is a long one. I was trying to keep a lot of these readings short, but for whatever reason, some of these got really deep. And I guess a lot of you are just very curious about your future partner. So we have a yes/no deck, so you can go ahead and ask your question. This is going to be like a very simple, short answer to a question, and then we're going to do channeled messages from your person pile. Pile 5. This is going to be somebody that when you get with them, like time goes by really, really fast, or you wish you had more time with them. We have I ran away. Maybe they tried to approach you at first and then they ran away, or they had to run away. Like, I just keep seeing like a false, not a false start, or hesitation. I am frustrated with you. I can't get over you. Maybe something happened that gave one or the other the ick and they went away, but then it's like, wait a minute, I don't think I was being fair. Depending on what that ick was. Like, I think sometimes you just look for excuses to not want to pursue somebody. It's like, oh no, they have a weird speech impediment. I don't want that. Let me run away. You know, just something that can be overcome. You found out something about me? Yeah, like I said, you know of each other. I keep writing and deleting messages. I think you are very talented. Yeah, they really do love what you do. I never met anyone like you before. Yeah, I don't think they ever meet anybody who is like you. And maybe they look for things of you in other people and they realize that they can't find that. And then I heard something about you. Interesting. It's like you hear about it. Like I said, you know each other from somewhere. You hear things about them. They hear things about you. And you get together to confirm or deny. And I have a hard time communicating. Yeah, I keep writing and deleting messages and I have a hard time communicating. Maybe this person doesn't know how to word things properly or well. There could be a language barrier for some of you. Maybe they're trying to learn your language and they don't want to mess it up. And I feel like, you know, add nerves to a language you're not very fluent in, and I think it can make it worse. And then for your answer, pile 5. Stop ruminating. There's something here about stop second guessing yourself, or stop focusing so much on something. I know what the question was about. I'm going to get another one, though. I know I'm being asked to get another one. So stop ruminating. And inquire with spirit, which is the first message that came through in the oracles. Yeah. Tap into spirit. Tap into your meditation, whatever your spiritual, religious practice is. Look within. Look within and you'll find them there. But this is where I leave you, pile 5. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care.